This is the condensed Stalker 2 run-through as I've experienced it. The first interesting moment in the game comes when I'm at an arena facing off against the game's most notorious enemy, a bloodsucker. I try to charge my artifact. Third time is the charm, but then someone ambushes me. I do my best to save the artifact, and as I'm leaving, someone cheap shoots me and knocks me out cold. I wake up to a dog trying to eat my food, so I kick it into an anomaly, which instantly kills it. A man on a hill gives me a ball to help me escape. Later directs me to s.t.a.l.k.e.r, saying someone there might be able to help. On my way to the town, I run into bandits. I kill them all and save Gloomy, who offers me a scanner. I decide to take a look around the area. It's beautiful. But my scanner picks something up, an artifact. I grab it and continue on my way. The town is almost within reach, but it's not quite what I had hoped for. There, I meet Nightingale, who takes me on a dog hunt. One of the dogs has a beeping collar. I wonder what it could be. There is so much to explore, so many anomalies to experience. I see a weird pulley ball that seems to breathe, a gravitational labyrinth, and 5 spewing nozzles. I hear Nightingale needs help. As soon as I arrive there, I realize he's dead. Something screeches at me. Oh, that ain't no dog. And I manage to kill my second bloodsucker. Then I go back to s.t.a.l.k.e.r. There, I meet the ward, a guy who wants me to retrieve a family relic from a place called the Poppy Fields, and Hamster, a cheerful local trader. At the bar, Warlock the bartender directs me to Gaffer, the leader of s.t.a.l.k.e.r, who's for some reason confronted by wardens. We move to his house, but unfortunately, the person who knows something is Richter, and he wants a favor in return. I climb the local radio tower, turn it on, but it catches on fire. So, they send me to an abandoned relay. After turning it on, I can finally find Squid. But there's an interesting zone nearby I want to investigate. It's too well guarded, so I pick an easier target. Not much to see there, so I choose to head towards Squid's location. Of course, he asks me to get something for him, and yeah, it's guarded by a bloodsucker. I finally find the item, return to the mill, and give Richter the warden's comm device. With nothing else to do, I decide to track down Warlock's debtor, but some bandits beat me to it. I dislike bandits, so I save Valik. Later, I explore a bunker where Mechanic's boys seem to have disappeared. God damn it. It's full of anomalies. In the end, I find a survivor. Of course, I save him. It's your lucky day. And then try my best to leave this godforsaken place. I'm told that another survivor was captured by a Monolithian. He assures me that he's actually saved the guy and he's not a Monolithian but Noontider. Others don't seem to believe him, so we end up in a firefight. Returning to s.t.a.l.k.e.r, I deliberate if it was the right choice. But the Noontider seemed chill. The place seems utterly abandoned at night, with lone lamps piercing the darkness. And of course, the mechanic is not thrilled by my choice. I push forward to an area guarded by pigs, and find a stalker who killed his comrade. The judgment is swift. After that, I reach the fields. Someone calls me and says they'll help. All I have to do is find a few things in the fields for them. Energy drinks keep me awake. Then, finally, I find the cellar, and the icon is right there. But the journey back won't be easy. On my way, I overhear bandits trying to swindle someone. I creep towards the voices and take them out. Later, I find a green tower and make a wish. Or maybe having Therese up here would be a cool thing, but it's not fully granted, but it's close enough.
That is cool.
I'm almost home and return the relic to the rightful owner. Now, I need to head to the comms hub, which turns out to be the Grave Anomaly Labyrinth.
Is there another one?
I cautiously enter the bunker, not knowing what to expect. It seems like someone's home, but I don't know how to handle it. So I grab what I came for and leave. The setting sun has never been such a nice sight. Turns out I have to go to the base I was afraid to assault, but this time I have a scope. Hugging the wall, there is not a place I can't clear out.
Area ages ago.
It turns out though that I had to go through the tunnel.
I know it's
So I entered the door code,
okay.
sneakily assassinate all the guards. As I enter the comm center, Soldier gets the jump on me. Somehow we end up in a fistfight, and after getting what I need, I knock him out cold. The rest of the wardens pour in, and I choose to fight through to the main entrance. It initially seemed smart, but it definitely wasn't. Luckily, the game points me to a hole in the wall, and I sneak out the camp.
Big deal in this game. I see.
As I'm running home, an anomaly starts. Barely making to the shelter, I met with snarky comments from the locals. Unbeknownst to me, it's the last time I'm going to see Zelicia in this form and shape.
So I get
As I push forward, Yurko the loner asks for help. His comrade perished in an anomaly field and he wants to bury him.
God damn it.
I can't say no, so I risk my life to retrieve the body. We pay our last respects and I push further south to yet another abandoned factory. Someone seems to be holed up here. The entire place is booby-trapped, but they are no match for a scaring pro. I finally kill Lashy and grab his SVD.
God.
It seems real nice, but I don't really have the bullets for it.
It's the same Pew scope.
I finally reach the edge of the lesser zone and cross over to the garbage.
Is good.
My very first interaction there is with a group of bandits who seem to think I'll choose them over a down stalker. Bad choice. The only bandit I like is a dead bandit, so I take them all out and save the poor guy.
Yes, I am gonna heal.
He's ecstatic. He says that on top of his stash contents, I can call on him whenever I need it, and that he owes me his life.
In the middle.
Following the road, I come across a detention center.
Another.
It seems there are people inside. They call themselves Spark, and since they are chill, I decide to help
Я
them.
знаю, що ти тут забув, але ти вчасно.
Wardens attacked one of their squads at a nearby factory, and they asked if I could do something about it. I dislike the Wardens almost as much as the bandits, so I instantly agreed to help. Having fought through the entire place, I find a captive who tells me there are still people beneath the factory. So I continue eliminating the wardens on my way underground. Downstairs there is a code door that leads me to a facility which seems to be inhabited by yet another anomaly or a monster. At first I don't really know what to do about it, so I waste a fair bit of ammo, but I eventually find a safe spot. Realizing it's an anomaly, I drop all the artifacts and explore the rest of the floor, looking for a document from the archive. As I'm leaving, I come across a peculiar man who wants me to help him with a jug. It later fries the wardens, so I don't mind it at all.
Babta guys are dead.
I'll make my way back to the detention center, tell Star about everything, and return the documents.
Yeah, fucking wardens.
But wait, there seems to be an artifact beneath the detention center, so I go down to find it.
So that's an anomaly.
The next point of interest seems to be the garbage's capital, the slag heap. There is a guy at the entrance who asks me to pick up his AK from the toxic puddle beneath, since he has no protective gear.
Oh, and I'm overweight now.
I help him and continue to the heap, which kinda resembles an old power plant.
Weird.
It's full of all kinds of shady folk. But two drunks ask me to help their friend out. He seems to have run out of radiation protection and now can't return. They send me to put vodka in his stashes,
If you ask me.
but I get distracted and go artifact hunting along the way. The first one seems to be hiding behind the vortex, and the other one is in the fruit bowl. Not gonna lie, it took me a while, but I managed to grab it.
It looks like an
Somehow, I stumbled across the third one, hidden under a lightning pole, albeit guarded by some ruffians.
Last one is there.
The fourth one appeared at an industrial dump between the burners.
Spinner, is it like a...
But then I came across the drunk's friend. He wasn't too happy about the vodka and asked if I had any interest to spare. Since he asked nicely, I shared some. The local mechanic asked me to investigate his lab, which unfortunately was flooded with anomalies. Luckily, I managed to get in, just in the nick of time, since another mission started. Getting out wasn't trivial, considering all the burners, but the return journey didn't seem eventful, until I came across a house that seemed impossible to enter. Luckily, I spotted a container behind it, jumped over to the crane, and rappelled into the house.
Okay, so my...
Along the way, I came across a guy who got stuck in an anomaly field and asked to be led out. Of course I helped. Returning to the slag heap, something seemed off. The mechanic became quite agitated when I showed him the stuff from his old lab. I was sent to the top of the slag heap to discover that Traitor, once again, has some info he forgot to share. Feeling fed up with it all, I decided to pick up an odd job from a totally not shady guy.
A job?
He sent me into an ambush, but bandits are no match for me. I saved another poor guy he wanted to kill, so we devised a plan. I returned to scare s.t.a.l.k.e.r, make him leave the stack heap, meet with his bandit buddies before I wipe them all out. Richter actually told me that the bandits are using the local junkyard as an artifact sump, so I decided to investigate. Artifacts are expensive, of course. The place had guards. But I like killing bandits. Unfortunately, my next destination had been working for a bandit overlord. He seemed to think of himself as some kind of Han. Anyways, he wanted me to kill two other bandit overlords, one known as Roosevelt and another one, Shah. Having disposed of them both, I returned to the hideout where I was promised a meeting with Nestor, who, to no surprise, was dead. Oh well, we're still there three. But as I was leaving the now empty outpost, the wardens arrived to take the slag heap. Indeed, they've commandeered the city and someone took the mechanic's place, instead telling me to go upstairs. As I entered the room, the bastards decided to beat me up and interrogate me, and then have the nerve to ask for help. Of course, I wasn't going to help them. Assholes. But guess who was waiting for me outside? Our boy Richter, who had yet another plan. This time, he sent me towards an abandoned sawmill. Our weird friend from the factory underground facility was happy to see me there. He said his name was Scar, but I didn't trust him nonetheless. As I was leaving the sawmill, Mute approached me and said he could use some help. His friends needed something delivered, so I gladly accepted it since it was on the way. Good thing I took the job, otherwise the Noontiders wouldn't let me in. I decided to first head into a fancy looking military grade bunker.
Well, it looks like that, rather. But that's the white balance thing.
There,
Professor?
I met Professor Lodishka, who filled me in on the local politics.
He has 2004.
Deep inside the facility, I came across Noontide's second-in-command, Dubny, questioning Faust, a blind loose cannon, about their leader whereabouts. I was then told to find Strider, the Noontide's leader, who was looking into why half of the base was engulfed in anomalies. It turned out to be caused by a scanner, just like the one I lost. Then there was another issue. Someone turned on a C antenna on top of the building, which could turn Noontiders into zombies. So I had to intervene. Later I went to see the professor again, asking how to track a monolithian PDA. He said he would help, but needed a few spare parts they had at a waste processing facility. Going there, I got distracted again, now by a warehouse with a poltergeist. He seemed tough, but still killable. In the meantime, something happened at the facility. Some Noontiders were zombified. It turned out a controller crept into the facility and took over the minds of Noontiders working there. I've never fought controllers before, so at that time it was the hardest fight I've had. Of course, in the end I prevailed, but damn. As I was leaving the facility, I stumbled into a merc. I had to kill all the survivors. Someone really wanted to keep it all under wraps. In the end, no merc could best me. So I headed back to the Wild Island. Faust seemed unable to let his past go and was preaching about the glory of the monolith. but Strider shut him down and told me to go to Azimuth Com station to see about that PD location. En route there I was distracted yet again by a possible artifact location and found a nice crown. Then I crossed over the bog and discovered loads of dead wardens at Azimuth. As I was leaving thinking I'm done exploring, a sniper opened up on me, so I decided to push him with the shotgun. The entire facility was booby-trapped, but I knew how to handle it all. His defenses seemed advanced, but shotgun to the legs kills pretty much anyone. He seemed to think I cared about him, but my only goal was to turn on the antenna and get to the bottom of this.
If it's not done,
Я
it's
зробив
gonna
усе, як ти сказав. Повертайся на ікар. Підготуй там усе. Час настав. Так. Слово моноліта. Отже ти, Фауст.
En route I spotted yet another artifact on my scanner, a thorn this time. As I was approaching the facility, Spark radioed me in, saying that the wardens were looking for a traitor. It was my best chance to get to the bottom of this thing. Star said the wardens had 2 patrols looking for the traitor, and that I should try to get to him first.
if I'm not mistaken,
The first patrol seemed to be located around an abandoned petrol station, checking out anomalous caves nearby. So that's where I decided to start. To be continued.